Good afternoon, or morning, evening, I don't know. Whatever part of the day it is where you are. I hope you're enjoying it. What's going on, guys? It's Miles. You know the deal. I'm sorry I haven't been posting as often as I want to be. I wanted to have a video out for you guys last weekend, but I was having a bunch of technical difficulties, and so it just ended up not happening. All the files that I was trying to put into Premiere were corrupt, and so it just wasn't happening. That's why I'm back here today, re-recording everything, and I'm not upset about it at all. I'm also just getting over being sick, so you can kind of tell from the excessive raspiness in my voice, this newfound Louis Armstrong that I have going on, that I'm still just getting over having a sinus infection and stuff, been taking antibiotics. It's been a great time. Also, my daughter is celebrating her first birthday this week, so things have been especially busy. But all those things aside, let's talk about some music stuff today. So, not too long ago, I did a video about the major and minor pentatonic scales. And in regards to the major pentatonic scale, I had spoken a little bit about turning it into sort of a blues form scale. And I showed a form that looks something like this, which works, but there's a much easier way to go about it. You could easily just go and play which would be the form of playing an F-sharp minor pentatonic blues scale, but just not going down to F-sharp. So, literally the same scale. But instead of ending on F-sharp, we're ending on A. So you may be asking yourself, well, Miles, how come that works that way? Why didn't you talk about that before? Seems like something you should have brought up in your previous video. And in which case, yeah, all right, I forgot, okay? You're awfully critical today. So, the simplest way to explain why that works the way it does is to discuss what are called relative keys. You might be asking yourself, how do I identify these relative keys? In which case, it's actually fairly simple. It's just a matter of identifying the keys that share notes, hence the relativity between the two keys. So, for today, let's talk about A minor and its relative major, C. So, take an A minor pentatonic scale, for example. Now, if we play it that way, the last note we end up on is C. Now, let's say we go through that scale again, going back down from the high E string, but instead of resolving and concluding the whole thing on A, we just stop on C. We now have our C major pentatonic scale. The key of C major is sharing the same notes that exist in A minor. Now, stepping away from pentatonic for a moment, let's just go through the scales as they naturally would occur. So let's take A minor, for example. So that would be your A minor scale, going from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then A. Now, let's take C major, for example. So we're starting from C, going to D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So we added B and C after that A, but those notes from C on, they exist in our first A minor scale. So it makes them relative keys. You could play a C major chord right here as you would your A minor. So this same concept exists with each key that you would be playing in terms of your playing, your guitar, bass, piano. So this same concept works with all keys. It works with literally all keys. So if you were playing F sharp minor, for example, but you wanted to find the relative major to it, boom, just don't go to F sharp. The note that would be your minor third of F sharp is the root of your relative major. So if you're ever playing in a major key, and if you're like me and you come from a realm where you spent many, many years thinking that the only way to write good solos was if they were in a minor key, you know, I was young and dumb, trying to grow up. But if you're trying to improve on your abilities in terms of utilizing a major scale into your soloing and your improv, whatever, you know, an easy way to access that stuff is by utilizing this sort of way of identifying the relative major to a key. You know, for example, previously I've gone through songs with students like Ramblin' Man from the Allman Brothers, going through like in this sort of different shape, which it's not wrong, it works. It'll get the job done. But if you still start from G sharp and just go through the scale as you would normally, as if you were starting from your F, but instead of going all the way down to F, you would end at G sharp. And just a simpler solution just to make it easier on yourself in terms of playability, utilizing a major pentatonic scale. You know, so consider it as an option for something that you can utilize in your playing in terms of just simplifying the concept of identifying major and minor keys that are relative to each other. It doesn't need to be a complicated thing. When the concept was presented to me, it was kind of presented in a way of just like, take two keys and see if the notes are similar within the two keys. So that required me to sit down and write out every individual note of every individual key, and then looking through and scanning through to find the similarities between two of those keys, two keys at a time. Which, effective, it'll get the job done, but it takes a longer time, and it kind of like takes away from the fun aspect of playing the actual instrument. So while it's important to have the analytical side of things, it's also good to be able to like just jump in and be able to play it. So this is a quick and easy way to understand how to utilize your major and minor keys that are relative to each other. So hopefully some of that made sense. I had a lot of coffee this morning. All right, guys, so that's all I got for you for today. I didn't want to make today's video super duper long. You know, I wanted to just go over this topic and try to lay it out in terms that were simple and easy to understand. It doesn't need to be a long drawn out topic. It doesn't need to be something that's made into a complicated topic. I think it's pretty straightforward once you see it in the proper terms. So hopefully you find some use in this video. And if you're not subscribed already, consider maybe doing that. I'm going to be trying to post here more frequently, so, keep an eye out. And the best way to do so is if you subscribe. Whereas the YouTubers say, smash that like button or the subscribe, whatever it is. I don't know. One of the buttons. Just break a hole in your computer monitor or your phone. Don't. No more coffee. So hopefully you got something beneficial from today. If there's anything else you'd like to see from me in the future, leave a comment down below. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. If you're interested in supporting the channel, you can do that by subscribing. That would be helpful if you haven't done so already. If you're already subscribed, thank you. If you would like to support further than that, I'll leave a link to my Patreon page down below as well. Anything is helpful, so, any help is definitely helpful by nature. Other than that, if you're on Instagram, if you're on Twitter, follow me on there. I'd love to connect with you guys, see what you're up to, what you're working on. You can send me song requests that you want to see me do lessons on over there. And, we can just connect a little bit better than it is on this whole YouTube thing, just like a comment section. But, that's up to you. So, I hope to hear from you guys in the future. I will see you in the next video. Stay safe. Enjoy your lives. Enjoy spring. I think it's spring everywhere. But other than that, I will see you in the next video. Stay safe. Keep on playing. And yeah, till next time.